Today in Cannabis News, in reply to public comments, the U.S. Department of Agriculture states that it has made efforts to enhance insurance policies for hemp firms. A Missouri advocacy organization begins a campaign for statewide recreational cannabis legalization. And U.S. Representatives Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Joyce submit a proposal that would reward state and local authorities for expunging cannabis charges. It's Monday, December 6th, and this is your Trichomes Morning Buzz.
Broadcasting live from the Trichomes.com studios in Southern California. It's time for your Morning Buzz. We bring you late-breaking news that keeps you up to date with what's happening in the cannabis industry.
First up, in reply to public comments, the U.S. Department of Agriculture has stated that it has made efforts to enhance insurance policies for hemp firms. Hemp farmers will no longer be required to supply their harvest without economic value for insurability, according to the USDA's Risk Management Agency. It also clarified how the amount of insurable acreage is determined if the processor contract specifies both an acreage and a production amount, according to the regulation. The agency also announced that it has imposed a criterion for growers who cultivate hemp from seeds put straight into the soil. Before insurance attaches, producers must have acreage inspected and must have a minimum of 1,200 live plants per acre, it states. This requirement was added to align direct seeded hemp with the common farming practice for transplanted cannabidiol of transplanting at least 1,200 live plants per acre. RMA Administrator Marcia Bunger asserted that hemp is an emerging crop, and we are working with hemp producers to provide insurance options that make sense for producers and for insurance providers.
Next up, Missouri state residents might soon vote upon a statewide cannabis legalization proposal. In St. Louis last week, an organization called Legal Missouri 2022 began its ballot proposal drive. Adults aged 21 years or older would be able to buy cannabis for all purposes if the organization gathers sufficient signatures and Missouri voters pass the proposal. The constitutional amendment would impose a 6% tax on recreational cannabis commerce, as well as permit municipalities to impose a 3% sales tax on the plant. After paying for the program's implementation expenses, the remaining generated funds would be used for public defenders, veterans health care, and drug addiction services. It is finally time for Missouri to legalize and regulate the adult use of marijuana, asserted John Payne, Legal Missouri 2022 campaign manager. Payne was a key figure in the victorious 2018 campaign for statewide medical cannabis legalization, which received over 66% voter approval. Payne contends that the definitive outcome of the 2018 initiative is a good sign for the chances of the recreational cannabis proposal.
Last up, a bipartisan pair of U.S. lawmakers have submitted a proposal that would reward state and local authorities for expunging cannabis charges in their regions as Congress works to push federal cannabis policy reform. The Harnessing Opportunities by Pursuing Expungement, or HOPE Act, is sponsored by Representatives Joyce and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. It would urge states to expunge nonviolent cannabis offenses using the Department of Justice's State Expungement Opportunity Grant Program to aid in covering the expenditures of locating and dismissing qualifying incidents. The measure recommends allocating $2 million for each fiscal year, beginning in 2023 and ending in 2032 to sustain the initiative. As we continue to advocate for the decriminalization and legalization of marijuana, this bipartisan bill will provide localities the resources they need to expunge drug charges that continue to hold back Americans, disproportionately people of color, from employment, housing, and other opportunities, stated Representative Ocasio-Cortez.
That was today's Buzz. Thanks for listening. For more cannabis news and insights from industry professionals and a place to discuss these stories and others, visit trichomes.com.
And be sure to catch up with all of our other cannabis industry-related podcasts like Hash It Out, Tech and Cannabis, or the International Cannabis Conversation, wherever you get your podcasts. For trichomes.com, I'm RJ Balde.
And I'm Devin Liao. Have a great day.